Thanks for tuning back in. I'm Tommy Campbell, still bald, still in my basement, and when I planned to make this video, I was going to wear a bandage over my ear as a gag in the cold open, only for MAGA to one-up my plan by wearing them as a symbol of solidarity. Nothing says MAGA like wandering an arena with a maxi pad on your head waiting for Kid Rock to lip sync. This is the same crowd that buys Trump diapers, so I guess we shouldn't be shocked. The CrowdStrike outage affected Amazon, Visa, healthcare networks, crippled airports around the world, and that didn't come close to the string of epic fails that was the RNC this week. One by one, former Trump haters got down on a knee outside the royal turd box to sniff the diapers. Yes, it's been 7 days since the sweet potato-headed dingleberry had his ear pierced, and anyone that watches this show knows I am very much against violence and guns, but I'm also very much against the stupid that is infecting our planet, spearheaded by Donald Trump. Now, I didn't think violence was the answer on January 6th, and I certainly don't think it is now. I'm going to have a fun run-through of some of the epic fails from the RNC this week, proving that they have hit peak idiocracy. And if Trump is elected, the stupid is only going to compound.
Hold up, fellas. There's a nickel on the ground, and I need to... Oh. I think I'm slipping on my hair dye. Pull gently, fellas. Okay. Oh, my gosh. Oh. Okay. Oh, who put that there? This is crazy. Totally ridiculous. Totally crazy.
Hey man, when you're going broke and there's an open bar, you gotta get your drink on. But hey, he released a statement saying he was not notified of the step, giving us another opportunity to watch the funny and get forensic on this bad boy.
I'm just gonna get my phone to check my coffee sales, see what I've been... Oh no! Oh, this is ridiculous. You should warn someone if there's a step when you're on a platform. You should warn someone. I want to sue the RNC. I want to sue everyone. I used to be America's mayor. You know, I married my cousin, right?
Okay, yes, it's clear that there is a step. So clear that you do not need to be notified unless you're plastered. He's walking on a riser. When you exit the riser, you will go down. Only the best and brightest for MAGA. Thanks for taking in this bald comedian's take on things. Please join the best subscribers on YouTube while I blast the latest and stupid and more. Many predicted that Trump would be a changed man, but the only thing he changed was his diapers and the oversized bandage. I mean, come on. As a former cook, I'm no stranger to some pretty brutal kitchen injuries. And I've never seen anything like that big on something so small. It's as if he's got Don Jr.'s Coke baggie on his head. Now, speaking of heads, dude went full Guilfoyle. You never go full Guilfoyle. It looks like someone ironed his face. It's like he used one of those beauty filters on Instagram, you know, the ones that fool no one, and it just stuck. For a guy who is against vaccination, he sure wasn't scared of needles when it came to injecting food poisoning into his giant forehead. Did he just walk into the Botox clinic and ask for the Joel Osteen? I don't know how much Matt Gaetz paid to look older and younger at the same time, but he needs to get a refund. I'm 3 years older than Matt Gaetz. Part of me wonders if this was his attempt to seem closer to the age of the teens he approaches. Pretty soon we'll see him at the food court on a pogo ball. I mean, I just can't. These are the people that are trying to tell us that they're the fighters, cranking It's a Man's World for Trump's intro when his backers are trying to look like people auditioning for the Real Housewives.
Rather, it was a decision made out of love for this country and a deep concern for America's future.
I love seeing the golden turd tong servant having his Jeb please clap moment. I've pointed it out before, and it's worth noting again, as MAGA often stumbles on my show. Kid Rock loves Donald Trump because he's a fraud as well. They identify with each other and can speak freely about their grifts. Kid Rock's biggest songs were samples of hits by Metallica, Leonard Skinner, The Smiths, Sly and the Family Stone, Paula Abdul, Elton John, Fleetwood Mac, The Rolling Stones, U2. Okay, just look it up. All of his songs are samples of epic riffs, and his audience falls for it again and again. While Kid Rock was playing backyard everyman tough guy attempting to shoot up Bud Light cans, you should know he used to do Coors Light commercials, and being the hype man for a calorie-reduced lowered alcohol content beer while branding yourself an American rebel is ridiculous. He was born Robert James Ritchie in Romeo, Michigan, where he grew up in this sprawling estate with an orchard, stables for their horses, and yes, that is a tennis court. Blue-collar poster boy.
It is no wonder that the heroes who stormed the beaches of Normandy and faced down communism sadly say they don't recognize our country anymore. This is not an accident.
Nazis, Kimberly. We were going after Nazis. Were you injured in the makeup lab explosion that you somehow survived?
There was blood pouring everywhere, and yet, in a certain way, I felt very safe because I had God on my side. I felt that.
It is just insulting to suggest he was on your side when someone else died and 2 more were injured. Go to the funeral and say God wasn't on his side. Question what that firefighter did wrong to not get a pass. Trump started with a detailed account of something we all saw. We have the video in 4K from like every angle. Many said he had rewritten his speech and it was going to be about unity, and that didn't happen.
The damage that this administration has done, and I say it often, if you took the 10 worst presidents in the history of the United States, think of it, the 10 worst, added them up, they will not have done the damage that Biden has done. Only going to use the term once. Biden. I'm not going to use the name anymore, just one time. The damage that he's done to this country is unthinkable. It's unthinkable. Democrats, crazy Nancy Pelosi, the whole thing, just boom, boom, boom. They've got to stop that because they're destroying our country.
So unifying. Biden's the worst, Pelosi is crazy. And again, here's what happened when Nancy Pelosi's husband was bludgeoned with a hammer when he had his skull cracked.
And we'll stand up to crazy Nancy Pelosi who ruined San Francisco. How's her husband doing, by the way? Anybody know?
He said it, and they are laughing and applauding. And you know what? You have Tenacious D canceling their tour after Kyle Gass made a joke about the current situation.
It is now my honor to introduce the Attorney General, and there goes the teleprompter.
He couldn't even improvise a basic intro, couldn't say the Attorney General of Iowa's name, Brenna Bird. Honestly, I think Johnson is just traumatized by technology since every time he fires up his crusty gym sock and some Randy West classics, his screen is covered in pings from his accountability partner. And Mike, wasn't this just you the other day?
Unless the president is reading off a teleprompter, I don't think he's capable of making these big decisions, and that is something that should alarm all of us, and it's something that we need to be talking about. I think people
couldn't improvise an introduction, couldn't say a name, too hard.
I'll start by making one thing perfectly clear. Donald Trump has my strong endorsement, period.
Nikki had knives out for Trump and was so close to being in his place, and here she is. It is just so pathetic.
Seems like God's hand is on his shoulder. Your thoughts?
I believe it. I believe we all witnessed a miracle, literally. From, before it happened, the flag above got blown in the wind and it got tied into literally what looked like an angel. Did you see that video?
I didn't see it.
Oh my gosh, you guys have to find that. It was truly, it was like an angel coming down, and it was the American flag tied. They had to bring it down, and all the people in the stands helped unravel it, and it was literally before he came out on the stage.
Hey, Dog the Bounty Hunter Taylor Green, maybe you should get under those space lasers and get some eye surgery. We've seen the clips again and again from every angle. No angels. People think they see Jesus and angels and everything because they are desperate to validate their lunacy. My favorite was in India, where a statue of Jesus was weeping. It was actually weeping, and people were actually lining up to witness this, and some to even drink this miraculous holy water. It was actually from a clogged drain from a nearby washroom. Oh, and also got a note that the guy who discovered the leak was charged under India's blasphemy law, received death threats, and had to go on the run to Finland. Here to discuss recent events is Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell.
I've taken Mrs. McChow with me to the woods, brought her in this box, traveling by what I call Romney style. Now, many say that usually the cargo goes in the box and the passenger goes in the vehicle. I don't think those people have traveled with someone who spends the entire time on FaceTime to relatives in Taiwan. It's not enjoyable. She's still asleep. It's a very long journey. Even though we have quite a fast fortune, the McChows like to sleep in a tent. I believe the model we have is the Coleman Pound Town. At least that's what I like to call it. I will be letting her out soon. First, I would like to go find a tree to water. Elaine, it appears the key is stuck. I'm not. Hello? Elaine? My wife wasn't thrilled about riding Romney style. So I'm currently in the tent by myself, even though I successfully zipped two sleeping bags together to form one super sleeping bag. The same way we put our names together to form McChow, a super name, respecting each of each other's names. Elaine, have you finished chopping the wood yet? So I'd like to sit by the fire and have an old-fashioned with some of the Kentucky whiskey that I brought. Chop, chop.
If you love what I do here and you can afford to help out, throw me a buck with the PayPal link in the pinned comment or drop me a super thanks with this button. One of the most ridiculous Republican things is how they embrace this rapper that makes songs about his love for Trump and Marjorie Taylor Greene, and they displayed this video featuring someone Mike Johnson will definitely be looking up. This went down like a lead balloon. Republicans don't really want to be associated with this. And, starring 1R. Way to go, guys. Give it up, Campbell. You are not funny, and impersonations are terrible. MAGA tears. Not going to watch this liberal drivel. MAGA tears. Trump is blessed by the one and almighty God, and we need to respect that. Ensure he back in the Oval Office this November. MAGA tears. And speaking of heads, dude went Phil Guilfoyle. He went Phil Guilfoyle. It's his new name. Honestly, I think Johnson is just traumatized by technology, since every time he fires up his crusty gym sock in some Randy West classics, his screen is covered.
Now, I do find the camping to be a very relaxing situation. McChows will be sleeping in a tent. As I call it, the Coleman Pound Town.
I'm 3 years older than Matt Gaetz.
I just find the woods to be a very peaceful place. McChows, we are sleeping in a tent. The model is a Coleman Pound Town.
I love seeing the golden turd.
Why would you put a passenger on the roof? What I call this Romney style.
I have had heaps of comments from people saying that they were automatically unsubscribed, my videos weren't in their feed, they weren't getting my notifications, and over the last few months, my views went from averaging 80 to 100,000 to 15 to 25,000, even though my analytics show viewer retention is in the top of YouTube, which is their most important metric. Help me fix this. Please make sure that you are subscribed and that you have all my notifications on. And when you finish this video, stick around, check out another one of mine, and leave a new comment. If you have time, do it again. According to David Pakman, who also had this problem, this will disrupt the algorithm that has been trying to bury liberal creators. And check out my join button that makes you a member of my channel, giving you access to a variety of unique perks while supporting this one-man show. Thanks for watching. Be cool, be kind, take care. Thanks for watching. Please stick around and check out another one of my videos. Say hello in the comments, find my stand-up on Spotify, streamed by millions, and add me on Facebook and Instagram. It all helps. Be cool, be kind, take care.